I'm going to attempt to build the entire backrooms in LEGO, including every iconic room and entity ever. Let's go. Building the backrooms every day until the movie comes out. Day 3. Today, I'm going to attempt to build the entire backrooms in LEGO, including every iconic room.
This might not happen.
LEGO, including every iconic room and entity ever. Let's go. The first level we need to make is the most famous backrooms level ever, the lobby. This is the one with the endless yellow walls and lights. So the first thing I did was build the floor using a ton of dark tan tiles to recreate the carpet. Next, we need the walls. And the backrooms walls are super weird because they're placed in completely random spots. So instead of building one big room, I scattered the walls everywhere to create that endless maze feeling. I also made the walls extra tall so the level feels more trapped and closed in. But right now, it still doesn't feel creepy enough. One of the scariest parts of Level 0 is how there's writing on the walls. So I drew on the strange black drawing on the wall just to make things a little more unsettling. Now I need the ceiling. I built the roof using plates, and then added these strange yellow pieces underneath to create the backroom's lighting. And with the lights finished, the room is finally complete. Well, almost. Because every level needs an entity. So now we need to build bacteria. For the body, I use a Minecraft wither skeleton, then add these long hinge arms to make it tall and awkward. And for the head, I just threw in a bunch of black pieces and hope for the best. And there we go, level 0 is finished. But this is only the first floor. By the end of the video, all of these levels are going to stack together into one giant LEGO tower.
I don't know how long I've been here. At first, I thought I could find my way back. I tried marking the walls, counting the turns, and anything that might lead me home. I thought I was alone. I was wrong.
Next up is level 2 of the backrooms, pipe dreams. And this is where things start getting a lot more intense. Instead of empty yellow rooms, this level is basically a never-ending hallway filled with giant pipes. So to start this build, I swapped the tan walls for these textured gray ones. I built the walls in layers
And why is that
slightly
blue?
different colors and textures to give everything that industrial look. But now we need the most important part of the level. Pipes. And there's a lot of them. I used a bunch of different round rags.
Wait, guys. If he's building the backrooms in Lego, then how is it gonna end? It's like gonna take 1,000,000 years.
Tubes and curved pieces to run along the walls and ceiling. Then I connected everything together so it looks like this giant tangled pipe system running through the hallways. Now all that's missing is the entity. The creature in this level is called the Hound, which is basically a human-like dog. Pretty weird, and honestly terrifying. So here's my LEGO version. And with that, level 2 is finished, but somehow it only gets creepier from here. Now it's time to build level 4, the abandoned office. This level looks almost normal, which might be the creepiest part. It's supposed to feel like a regular office building that's been left behind. So to start, I built up these white walls and left gaps for these tall windows. I even used a snapper underneath so I could place the tiles sideways to have the pattern from the real level. But the walls alone can't even support the ceiling, so I added 2 support columns. On one side, I added a fire extinguisher, and on the other side, I added an outlet. I also threw in some boxes in the corner to make it feel like people actually worked here at some point. Then I added the ceiling lights to give the whole place that empty office vibe. Now we need the entity. This thing is called the Smiler. You can probably guess why. For this guy, I used a round black plate, added glowing eyes, and built the mouth using these triangle pieces for the teeth. And yeah, I would not want to see this in the dark. With that, level 4 is finished. But the backrooms still aren't done with us. Now it's time for level 5 of the backrooms, the Terror Hotel. This is one of the most famous levels, especially from games. I started by building this maroon and orange checkered pattern for the hallway floor.
Guys, I didn't know there was a hotel in the back rooms.
On the space. I then built up the walls using a ton of cool pieces like this knot brick one, this one with jumper plates to give these red wall sections more depth, and this tall column piece to go around the hotel room doors.
This more looks
And
like
of
a
course, I
museum,
love space on the
bro.
ceiling to add a fancy light fixture. Now the entity in this level is a
that
lot
even
more terrifying compared to the last ones we made. It's called a skin sealer. For this big guy,
Skin.
I use a lot of connector pieces to
Yeah, I
make
know
legs and
that
arms.
entity from
I
the
then found the
back.
perfect head and
When you
attached it to the
still
body.
walk around
This
these
thing is
back rooms
massive
for a
compared to a
while,
millimeter,
now
so we
you'll
can add it
see
right
it.
here in the hallway. Just when it feels like things couldn't get any worse, the next level is underwater. That's because floor 5 of the skyscraper is going to be the flooded house, level 7 in the back rooms. Instead of hallways,
Guys, I think that don't make sense.
buildings, this level is basically a house that's been completely flooded. Before we add water in, I need the room. So I started by adding furniture such as this wood table, this white shelf, a small cupboard in the corner, and
Guys, if we don't know how to swim, we're cooked. Literally cooked. Literally, most the cooked people that don't even know how to swim and swim into a deep water, they're cooked. Very cooked.
a microwave. You gotta find a way to heat up your food somehow. I then added tan walls. I promised this would be the last of the tan. I made sure to leave space for a door and I added a shelf on the wall. Now it's time for the water. I bought a ton of these clear blue studs which do not look like water. So I dumped them all to make sure none of them came out from the opening. So there is an entity on this level and it kind of looks like a shark, but a shark in this build is too big, so I built my own fin and threw it in the water, which wraps up the flooded house. Level 11 is the Endless City, one of the biggest backroom levels ever, which is going to be challenging to make, knowing I only have a fourth of a base plate to build on. I built up a small road going along the edges of the base. The roads will surround the building, so I placed some windows out and called it a day. We can't make the building too tall because I want every level to have the same size and height, so because of that, it kind of looks cut off. I added a desk and a tan couch inside the building. Before we add any more details on the sidewalks and the entity, I need to finish the roof. I placed this white section on the top of the building and surrounded it with blue plates, making it look like it's the sky. I made a traffic light
I
and a fire
have
hydrant
Lego
and added them
sets
to the
like
sidewalk.
that.
The entities in the
That
Endless City
you remember
are the
that
faceless,
car that I
basically normal
made?
people with no
That I
faces.
made,
Pretty
right?
disturbing.
It's now
This level is known for
broken.
feeling strangely normal compared to the others. A normal city with weird people might be the creepiest thing yet. Next up, the pool rooms. Level 37 is one of the most iconic backroom levels ever, being seen on a ton of backroom games. This level is also fairly simple. I built up these white walls, leaving space for water and flooring. I made sure to even add these arch pieces so there's a smooth entrance going through room to room. So now I focus on the water. I cover the entire floor with blue plates and trans blue tiles to create that smooth pool surface. Instantly, the whole level started to look just like the games. I kept the ceiling flat and started working on the entity. I did some research and found out that the entity called Observer lives here. They are these tall black guys. Just looking at them, they're built like an Enderman in Minecraft, which is exactly what I did for the body of the Observer. I then made the arms and used this Jawa head to replicate the eyes.
Oh shoot!
That looks
That's
creepy.
creepy.
This level is filled with water. I still can't find Fluffy though. I miss him. Even though he's the one who got me here in the first place. If Fluffy is in here, that means there has to be a way out, right?
Another popular level from games is level 94.
Oh,
Instead of rooms, it's a huge strange neighborhood in the hills. So I started by placing these green tiles and
hell
grass on
no.
the base. In the level, the houses are a
what
bright
is
yellow
that?
color.
It's
So
a
I got a lot of those and built up the walls, leaving space for the inside. I put in a green door and window, built up the roof using these maroon slanted bricks. I then copy and pasted the house and put it on the other side. What's weird about this level is that there are these fences that connect to all these houses. So I made my own using these
Okay,
official
let's
Lego
play
blocks
the game
and put
that
them on
looks
an
like
angle
that,
using
bro.
jungle flakes. The only thing left is the big sky, since this is a neighborhood surrounded by walls, kind of like the Truman Show. The entity in this level is called animation. I built them up using a dark green skirt, a red shirt, a bow tie, and a head with hair. This is probably one of the most accurate entities I've made so far. We're getting close to the top of the tower, which means the exit has to be close. We're getting close to the end of the back rooms because this level is just called Level Fun. This level is a lot more colorful and happier than the other levels. You can even have a birthday party here. So the first thing I did was make the walls. I wanted to make 2 separate rooms that are in this level.
How
So
are
for
you
the
gonna
first one,
survive
I based it
there
off this
if
picture,
the
which I think I
entity
did a pretty good job doing. I
don't
made this
like
table in the
kids?
corner using candlesticks as the legs.
It's just
And I
a joke.
recreated these characters into minifigures and put them on the wall to replicate the photo. Next, I want to make this room. I threw on the black flooring and built up a table using the same candlestick technique for the legs.
Aw.
It was now time to build the party goer. It's this weird yellow Play-Doh guy with the balloon. I built it up in minifigure form using this Minecraft blaze head, and then stole this balloon from the Up House Lego set. Even though it's playful, this level still feels endless and a little terrifying. Finally, the true end. Level 3999. This is it, the grand finale of the backrooms build. Everything so far has led
It's
to this
getting
moment,
close.
and this level needed to feel monumental.
Torpedoes.
Level 3999 is known as the end of the backrooms, which means as soon as you exit the door, you escape. The level is placed as a retro arcade, so I got to building on the outside walls using
And
these black
die.
windows.
I know
The
that.
color palette of the walls is black, white, and maroon, so I use these hinge pieces to build this wall at a circular angle. This room already looks
won't
sick,
let
but
you
we can make it
escape.
even better. I had a cash register behind the desk.
You
and
might
put up these
say
posters
my
on the side
voice
to
is a
replicate
little bit
games.
like
I lastly made these
cool
rails
kid,
and placed
a
the
real
ceiling
cool
down.
kid,
I used a
but
ton of these
I just
transparent
used this
pieces for the
voice.
lights in this level.
That's
And
just
that
my
finishes
voice
the whole level off.
box.
And since there's no
It's a
entity in this
little
level, we're done building the backrooms,
glitchy
which means I can place the final level on top of the rest, making a very tall backroom skyscraper.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, hello there!
Oh my. That's it, guys.